Here's that CTE question I was talking about. Says, hey man, swig a beer. After a career of taking steel chairs to the head and seeing a lot of these reports starting to come out of all these football players, are you concerned with that CTE stuff? After the neck injuries, are there certain workouts that you avoid, overhead lifts or military press? Also, from a workout point of view, would you recommend treating core or abs as any other muscle group and that you should work that area once a week if I'm doing one muscle group a day? Big fan, love the podcast. Sam from Chicago. Hey, Sam, let's talk about that CTE. Man, I'm not worried about it at all. You know, I took a couple of chair shots back in the day, got dropped on my head that one time, and I think I was concussed at that point. I think it'd be a fair thing to say at that point. But I cannot honestly say that I received a bunch of concussions from the business of pro wrestling. Man, I had a physical bump style. Bump and feed was kind of my method of operation. But just hitting that mat, you're taught to tuck your chin. You're taught to slap that mat. You land with a flat back in most cases, if you can. Every now and then you're going to have a shitty landing, of course. I just never understood. And I'd like to talk with someone on the podcast that just suffered from a shit pile of concussions that wasn't caused by chair shots, because the business in and of itself, to me, as physical as it is, and it's a motherfucker. You're out there working. You're trying to protect each other, but it ain't ballet, man. Shit happens out there. And, there are certainly occasions of concussions. But, man, to me, if you just kept getting concussions, you were doing something wrong. One of the big debates that people always used to have was, hey, man, do I put my hands up on a chair shot or do I just take it and prove that I'm a tough guy? Oh, man, put your goddamn hands up. You're just trying to block part of the blow, and it's a reactionary thing. If someone's going to hit you with something, you react by putting your hands up. If you don't, you just say, okay, I see that chair coming. I'm just going to sit here and take it like a dumb motherfucker. Well, and I'm not calling any of the guys that did that dumb. And that was their style, getting a little carried away. But chair shots weren't a big factor for me. I took my share of them. I certainly gave out my share of them. If you're working on a guy with a chair, you want to hit him with that flat edge. You want to hit him with that chair. You want to pull it at the last second. At the same time, swinging through. It is an art form in and of itself. And, on a back shot, or on a shoulder shot, or a leg shot, I mean, then you can carry through with it and lay that shit in so it cracks. But on them skull shots, man, I mean, that's an art. And that guy taking that thing is trusting you to take care of his ass, or his head in this case. So I'm not concerned about the CTE things as it pertains to me.